Okay, so we're shifting gears to have a discussion in particular about our partner projects. And so for those of you all who are looking on Blackboard, if you go into the content section and in your assignments folder, as well as on your syllabus, you will see the description of what is needed for your partner fundraising project. Okay, so I'm going to read it here. It says students will select a nonprofit not located in the metropolitan area. Okay, so again, that means someplace outside of the District of Columbia, outside of the states of Maryland and or Virginia. Okay, you can even look at nonprofits or foundations that are not within the United States at all if you would like. Okay. In addition to completing a summary report, which is what you did for the local report, okay, in addition to all of those components, students will create a development plan based on the needs and goals of that organization. The plan should consist of details related to the organization's need to expand or establish a new program, okay? So what I want to say first and foremost with this project needs to align itself with an arts organization. This project needs to align itself with an arts organization, okay? Because we need to tap more into the arts since the class is fundraising for the arts, all right? Number two, if for some reason you want to up the ante and you find an organization that isn't specifically arts related, your development plan of discussing a new program needs to be arts related, okay? So if you decide that maybe you want to focus on FEMA or Red Cross for some reason, they aren't necessarily specifically arts related, but maybe you have thought of a fabulous arts related new program that they could establish that still has to somehow align with their mission, okay? Other than that, you would need to find an actual arts organization or foundation, okay? And still either speak about how an existing program can be expanded or a new program should be established, okay? So your development plan. What do you think your development plan should consist of?
A budget.
Hello, come on. Let's talk about it. What else? What else? What else needs to be in your development plan?
A committee or committees?
Right, and so even if you don't call it committees, you do want to specify the personnel that's going to be a part of your development plan. Who's helping you? Who's being assigned to what? Who's being tasked to what? Okay, what else?
You need to have a clear alignment with the mission.
Absolutely. So breaking that down, you need to specify what the goals and objectives are in regards to either expanding this program or establishing a new program. What are the goals and objectives? Because they are different. Those two things are very, very different. Your goal is the broader umbrella, and in some cases you may only have one or two of those, but your objectives are time sensitive. They also there's like a specific date or deadline to them. You know, such and such will take place within 3 months, or by the end of this program, students should have experienced X, Y, and Z. Sorry for all these notifications and emails that are coming through. But those are your objectives. Your goal is your broader umbrella, and your objectives, you know, tap into a little further. What else? What else needs to go into your development plan?
Your audience?
Yes. Who are your constituents? Who are you trying to reach? And also why? Yeah, especially if it's a new program and, you know, maybe they need to reach a different audience. What does that look like and mean? Okay. What else?
Maybe potential programs or fundraising initiatives.
Yeah, so what's the plan for? You're developing this plan, and why are you presenting this new plan? So those would be your strategies. What type of strategies are you putting into place in order to have this plan? I'm looking for maybe one or two more things, and then that's pretty much it. What are you all thinking? What about what resources? What about your resources? What about your timeline? Okay. When is this happening? Okay, you put this plan together. They should do the program over what? The course of the summer? The course of an after school program? Is it fall and spring? What's happening? Okay. And the last thing I would suggest is some sort of evaluation. Some sort of evaluation. How are you assessing all of this? Okay. So you want to be sure that those components are there. I am looking for a particular folder. And so, you know, you want to remember that you also have your rubric here, which talks about the campaign and program, the fundraising plan. You know, how do you plan to raise the money, the need and purpose? Okay, that goes into the, you know, your goals, objectives, your team, who is involved, tracking, that goes back to how are you assessing this? What system is in place? What's happening? Serving, who are you serving? Who are you reaching? Goals and objectives, your paper, and you know, that you're pulling it all together. So that's pretty much what's happening. If you stick to the rubric, you should be pretty good and pretty solid on that. Okay. While I have everybody, are there any questions about the partner project? Just for clarification, when you go to your content tab in Blackboard and you go to the materials folder, when you go to week 8 that says partner project, week 8, there's already a link that says partner project team list. When you click on that, it will take you to a Google Doc in which you should be able to edit. And it doesn't matter what team number you select for yourself, but you and your partner will list your names there so that I am aware of who your partners are. So that needs to be completed by Saturday. And that way, you know what's happening. And if you can do it before, that's great. Because if we, you know, the next few class periods will be used in order to spend time with your partners, okay? So that you can work on your projects and decide who's going to do what part of the project and things of that nature. So again, by this weekend, be sure to, in the content tab, materials folder, week 8, partner project, there is a link for partner project team list. Be sure to add your names there. Only one of the groups will include 3 people because I think it's 13 in the class. So only one group will include a party of 3. Everyone else will be working in a party of 2. And again, be sure to complete that by the weekend. Further instructions, most of you all, actually everyone, did do a you know, visual presentation of some sort for the first project, even though you weren't required to. This project you are required to, so the fact that you guys have already gotten that under your belt is great, whether you use PowerPoint or Prezi presentation, or whether you decide to pre-record yourselves and share your screen and we see a fabulous YouTube video of the both of you all sharing your pre-recorded presentation. It's totally up to you all in regards to that manner. And so again, just be sure to review the rubric just to make sure. And then of course, you'll be able to look at this video again, just to, get that fresh reminder of all of the things you want to be sure you have in your project, all of the things you want to be sure that make up your development plan in particular. Okay. Now, again, what we just talked about in particular was the development plan. Don't forget about the actual summary. Okay, meaning your opening and closing. What's the mission? Where is the organization located? About what are they already working with financially? Who's already in their fundraising office? Okay, those components will help make up the actual points in regards to the paper. Okay, so you want to be sure you include those components. And just reiterating again, this project needs to include an arts organization foundation, or you need to creatively align a new program, a new arts program with a regular organization's mission. Okay, it just can't be some random, they love animals and all of a sudden you throwing in something about them doing a show about animals. Now, that ain't even gonna work. So you want to make sure that if you're going to be that creative and think outside the box, that it still makes sense. Okay, ideally, if you were to actually present this to the organization, what would that look like? And we have had students in the past present their stuff, especially if they selected an organization that was in their hometown or an organization that they once was a participant in at a younger age. They, stated that they would actually present it to that particular organization because they were very familiar with the director still and things of that nature, just to assist and help out. Okay, so again, those are things you want to think about and consider. Okay, each group will have about 6 to 8 minutes to present. Each group will have about 6 to 8 minutes max to present. Just giving you all a few more minutes than the last presentation because again, you'll be talking about a few more points, okay? So are there any questions about anything I've said pertaining to the partner project?
I have one.
Yes.
For the project that we're working on, should we shape it around the hypothetical, like, post-COVID environment where everyone has to social distance and there's vaccines and stuff, or should we do it as like a pre-COVID, if everything was as we know as normal?
So I'm not going to bound it either way. What I will say is this: if in fact you're going to present it pre-COVID, then it should be fabulous. There should be no limitations. If you're going to present it post-COVID, then you need to have that discussion that it is post-COVID and whatever digital platform or whatever safety measures you're implementing. You can discuss that in regards to your timeline and things of that nature. Okay, if it's pre-COVID, just say that you would prefer that this be done once, we're back into, normal, whatever that means, circumstances and way of life. Yep. But I'm not sticking it to either one in this case because it's a proposal and the organization could decide to do it at any point in time.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions pertaining to this project?
Sorry, I have one quick question. I know you mentioned it, but I just forgot. When we have our partners, where do we let you know that at?
So you're going to go to the content tab in Blackboard. You're going to click on content. And then the first folder says materials. You'll click on that. And then you'll scroll down to week 8 that says partner projects. You'll click on that. And then it'll open up that window. And I think it's like the second or third option where it says partner project team list.
Got it.
You're able to click on that hyperlink and it should take you right to the Google Doc where it doesn't matter where you sign up as long as you sign up per team. I'm not going to have you go in order of your team number, so don't worry about trying to go last because, that last could be first, so don't worry about that. But just be sure that you and your partner sign up, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, comments, thoughts? again, I'm making myself available, you know, the next few class periods just to, you know, chime in, and I'll probably be in, maybe I'll schedule Zoom. Other than that, I may just be in the Blackboard Collaborate just to make myself available if anybody wants to pop in and ask any questions. You all know you can send a direct email in which we can schedule a Zoom, in this case with you and your partner, to clarify, you know, anything or what have you. But this assignment is due in a couple of weeks. And so what you want to do is start now. Start now. Don't wait till the Friday before it's due. I'm sorry, the Wednesday or so, whatever, before it's due. And we're in class presenting. So you want to be sure that you are starting now, okay? Even with being sure that the organization that you select or foundation you select, you're able to meet the criteria, find all of this information you need to find in order to complete it, okay? And be successful. Okay, any other questions or comments about the partner project? Okay, well, I look forward to seeing what all of you all come up with and produce and put together.